So you're moving your course to a new class. What you'll want to do is first save all of your materials and import into your new class. So click on Options, click Save to Courses, and this is where it's going to save to your resources. And so you might have some folders where you want to put it in. I'm just going to put this class in my home folder. The other thing you want to do in your old class is go to Gradebook, my apologies. And then click on the triple dots and click Export. And you want to click CSV for import into other system. You're going to want to do this before you remove your students from your class. If your students have already been removed, you need to come to your Members tab and make all of these students re-enrolled. What's going to happen is tomorrow the student is going to be unenrolled again because of the overnight sync. So you'll want to do that whenever you need to export. So let's just pretend I have re-enrolled those students. I can see their grades again. And so then that's when I would want to export the grade report. And so I want to click on CSV file for import into other system. And that's going to download that for me. All right, so let's navigate to our new class. All right, so I'm now in my new class, and what I'm going to want to do first is add all my course materials. So I'm going to go to Add Materials, Import from Resources. Now I'm going to look for where I saved that folder. I saved it in my home, and here's my course. This is the original one it's called. Now I don't want to just click this box because it will import everything into my class in a folder. I want it to see exactly as it was before, so I click on the folder and then select everything here and hit import. And so it might just take a minute. I'm going to get an email that says when my large execution has finished. I can also look at my transfer history. If I refresh the screen in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to see those materials start to populate. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the gradebook. The second step here is that I'm going to want to import my Q1 grades. And so now I want to do this once all the materials are loaded so that there is something for the grades to kind of connect to. One of the things that you'll need to remember is that when you copy any items over to your new class, for example, if you've copied an exit ticket that's entered as an assessment, you're going to need to enable submissions for students. If you want to do enabling from one date to another date, that helps make sure that students do not submit outside of your submission window. So obviously you won't need to go back and do that for any past work, but any future work that you had already planned out in your previous class, you're going to want to make sure that you've enabled that for your students. Before you can enter any grades, you're also going to have to go into your old assignments, hit edit, and you're going to want to set up your due dates. So for example, if this was an RP1 assignment, you're going to want to make sure that you have your grading categories. So you have to make sure that your grading categories are configured in your new class, just like you would have done in your old class. So you come to the eSchool Plus tab, click on Configuration. You'll need to make sure that you select Create New Grading Category, hit Save. If you have any linked sections, you're going to have to toggle between each section to do the same activity. Now, once you've done that, you'll be able to confirm that it was done. I also highly recommend pushing sync changes to eSchool Plus and view sync status log on a daily basis and make sure you take care of any of those errors. So as I was showing you before, you're going to want to make sure that your gradebook is configured, and then any assignments that you would like to have grades appear. You want to toggle to that assignment. And you can list due dates, or at least make sure that you've put in a grading category. Once you've done that, when you go to your grade book, you'll realize, oops, this item belongs in Q1. Now I can go ahead and actually backdate this. That just helps. So now when you toggle to Q1, you'll see your assignment here. The other thing that you can do is in bulk edit, you'll see all of the assignments that you copied over, and everything is set up to Q2. So what you can do is go through and change this. I would highly recommend either using completion ungraded, formative, or summative for each of your assignments. Ideally, put in a due date for your Q2 items. As long as you have your Q1 items, you should be good to go. Allow everything to sync. And then once you have these set up, you'll start to see them populate into your gradebook again. So you'll want to make sure that you select the proper report period based on what you had loaded. And so you're going to have to go through multiple pages just to make sure that everything is set up properly. And then what you'll be able to do is navigate back to your gradebook. Click on the triple dots and select Import. And you're going to want to choose the file that we downloaded previously. And you're going to have a few categories to select. So for example, you're going to want to make sure that one of the issues that you'll see here is that it's showing you all the different rows for this one student. So before you can upload it, you're going to want to make sure that you open your file and have it just be for a particular assignment instead of all of one student's items. In this example, I only downloaded the report for that one student, so I'm going to back up and use an old file I have. All right, so now you can see I have assignments for the same thing. So I want to find the exit ticket that matches. There we go. And so when checking, I've noticed that I would need to differentiate each assignment, one file for each assignment, so that I can tag the appropriate name. So in theory, that would work. And as we just proved, the system with Schoology is not fixed yet. I will let you know as soon as it's fixed.